Good morning. Market levels report for Wednesday, the 12th of September. Euro makes new highs. We still have the Eurodollar at this time continuing to hold a very substantial amount of short inventory. Participants that are holding short inventory are continuing to hold short inventory even though the euro is cycling higher and pressing higher highs. We do have some recent selling off the new high. The market has been able to push up into the 2930s. The market has been able to push up into the 2930s, 2940s area, and you can see for the most part the inventory, we haven't had any substantial unwinding of held short positions. Still have a prominent level where buyers are holding inventory from the 2760s area, and the next key level below that is actually way down here still at this area just above the 2500 level. So we have a big gap now in the area between where there's significant areas of held long inventory. So small amount of inventory held here off 2760s, and then the next level is way down here 2500s and above to the 2530s, 40s area. Sometimes those gaps are hard for the market to traverse through unless there's a catalyst like news or something. It's going to take a lot of newly initiated selling to come into the market to drive through that gap to get us lower to the point where the lower held inventory, those that are holding from this lower level, feel like the market's now low enough that they need to start unwinding themselves. So Eurodollar continues to be driven higher. There is some big court cases and news events the remainder of the week. Some pullback. We had almost about a 70 pip pullback since this pivot high, and then we've been advancing. Nice pullback, advance, and we're starting to get some pullback today. This rally here is pretty much built mainly on some covering activity and some light newly initiated buying. For the most part, CME FX instrument following what the spot market's doing, but we're not getting a lot of unwinding of the held short inventory. So that tells me that the large liquidity participants are still feel emboldened holding short positions in the CME FX Eurodollar instrument. So that's where we're at with the Eurodollar. Next thing we'll take a look at the S&P. So here is the ES. The ES has been able to trade a bit higher, eke out some slightly higher highs, and it's starting to pull back. Again, this has happened predominantly in the after-hour session. So in a lower volume environment, we have had a little bit of unwinding of recent sellers. We had the test up here into the upper 1430s area that was rejected. We had a pullback. We did have some additional long liquidation, and as you can see, this is what's called a hidden divergence. The market pulled back. The market was higher than it previously was, but we did have our position supply analysis lower. So in this case, we have a divergence between the two, and a lot of times the market will change directions off these divergences. So the market has traded higher, eked out a slightly higher high, but again in the ES, like the Euro, we're still holding, even when we retest highs, this market's still holding a large amount of short inventory. So large liquidity participants at this point are continuing to hold short inventory even though the market is testing or challenging recent highs. Just below us, key levels of held inventory on the day now are the 1428s, 1429s area. Now we have to go all the way down to 1416s area for our next level of held inventory, 1407s, 1400s, and then the big key area 1395s and below has lots of held long inventory. So today we'll see if U.S. equities market is strong enough. Buy program activity in the equities market, the U.S. cash equities markets, then we could get some additional unwinding of this held short inventory and the market could trade higher. If equities is neutral to weak on the day, we're most likely going to immediately cash out any recent buyers that are holding inventory off the 1428s and above in this new buying, and this market will come right back in to its previous range and very likely come back down and trade back down to this 1421s area or lower. That's the scenario going into today. Again, there is big news potentially playing out in Europe with a court case in Germany. So the markets are here, cycling just below recent highs in the euro and the ES. So the market is potentially could be very reactive if we get any further additional challenges of these recent highs. So we'll come back, take a look at the markets tomorrow and see what's going on with these new and recent new highs.